So let's dive right into a really powerful, timeless idea, the pursuit of wisdom. Now, this isn't something you're born with, and it's definitely not something you just stumble upon. It's a craft. It's a daily practice. And as we're about to see, wisdom, well, it takes work.
It all starts with a story, a foundational myth about a choice. I want you to picture the young hero Hercules standing at a crossroads. Down one path, he sees pleasure, ease, and all the instant gratification he could ever want. But the other path? That one offers a life of challenge, of struggle, but also of meaning. He chooses the harder path. He chooses virtue. And that single choice, right there, is the beginning of everything.
But look, this isn't just some dusty old legend. This crossroads, it's a place we all find ourselves, every single day. In the huge, life-altering decisions and in the tiny, seemingly insignificant moments, we are constantly faced with that exact same choice. Do I take the easy way, or do I take the right way? Do I stick with the comfortable answer, or do I dare to face the challenging truth?
Now, let's break down this word virtue. I know, it can sound a little old-fashioned, a bit stuffy, but the original Greek word, arete, it just means excellence. That's it. It's about striving to be your absolute best in every part of your life, morally, physically, and mentally. It's all about character.
The ancient philosophers boiled this whole pursuit of excellence down into 4 core principles, what the Emperor Marcus Aurelius called the touchstones of goodness. They're called the cardinal virtues, and that word, cardinal, comes from the Latin word for hinge, because the entire door to a good life, it hinges on these 4 ideals. Wisdom, which is knowing what to do. Justice, which is actually doing the right thing. Courage, having the guts to do the right thing when you're scared. And temperance, having the self-control and the discipline to do what is right.
So, here's the crucial point. Just like Hercules, we are facing this choice all the time. It's not a one-and-done decision. It's a daily challenge. Are you going to stick with what you think you already know, or are you going to be brave enough to step into the discomfort of learning something totally new?
And that brings us to the very first requirement for gaining any kind of wisdom. It's a mindset, and honestly, it's completely non-negotiable. It's humility. You've probably heard the old Zen saying, you have to empty your cup before you can fill it.
And what's so powerful about this is the contrast. On one side, you've got the student with a mind that is open, humble, and just ready to learn. But on the other side, you've got the know-it-all. Their mind is so full of their own ego, their own assumptions, that absolutely nothing new can get in. You just cannot learn what you think you already know. It's impossible.
You know, it takes real guts to embrace the question mark. We live in a world that rewards people who act like confident experts, so admitting you don't have all the answers can feel like a weakness. But it's the exact opposite. It's the ultimate strength. The humility to just say, I don't know, that's the key that unlocks the door to real knowledge.
So once you've embraced the fact that you don't know everything, what's the next step? Well, you have to actively seek out the people and the feedback that will actually teach you. And you're going to find that your toughest, and I mean your most valuable teachers, are almost always your critics.
This is an absolutely incredible story. I mean, think about it. The most powerful man in the world, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, gets 2 letters from his mentor. One is full of praise, the other is full of harsh criticism. And which one does he treasure more? The criticism. He actually exclaimed, "How lucky I am." He knew that as he got more and more powerful, honest feedback would become rarer and way more valuable. He didn't see criticism as an attack, he saw it as a gift. Okay, so how do we actually do this in our own lives? First, you have to go ask for it. Then, when that feedback comes, you have to watch your own reaction. Is your ego flaring up? Do you feel defensive? Marcus Aurelius used to remind himself that to change your mind and accept correction are free acts too. It is a sign of strength, not weakness, to evolve your thinking. So here's a little challenge for you. Who in your life can you ask for some truly honest feedback this week?
Now, in our world today, learning isn't just about seeking out information. A huge part of it is about filtering it. We are literally drowning in content, and it takes immense discipline, that's that virtue of temperance again, to manage our information diet.
This quote from the philosopher Schopenhauer just nails it. He said this almost 200 years ago, and wow, is it even more true today. Choosing what not to read, what not to watch, and what not to listen to, that's become one of the most important skills for anyone trying to gain wisdom.
So what does a healthy diet even look like? Well, it means avoiding the outrage machine on your social media feed and just tuning out the endless noise of the day. It means seeking real understanding, not just stockpiling facts so you can win an argument. Marcus Aurelius learned from his teacher to avoid rashness and credulity, and not to fall for every smooth talker. I mean, that's ancient advice for our most modern problems, right?
And all of this brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of this whole puzzle. Wisdom isn't a destination you arrive at. It's not a degree you get or a book you finish reading. It is a lifelong process.
In this powerful idea, it's echoed across so many cultures and traditions. The great Jewish philosopher Maimonides asks, when does our obligation to learn finally end? And his answer is simple, never. It lasts until our final day on earth. There is no rank, no age, no level of success that ever excuses you from being a student.
The people who are truly wise, they don't call themselves wise. Think of the great essayist Montaigne. After a whole lifetime of reading and studying, he still saw himself as a student. He was always exploring, always questioning. The wisdom isn't in arriving at some final answer. It's in the perpetual, humble act of learning itself.
And this is the core loop. This is the whole practice boiled down. You learn something new, you go out and you apply it in the real world. You see what works, what doesn't, and that experience becomes the foundation for even more learning. Learn, apply, repeat. That, right there, is the work.
Ultimately, nobody can do this for you. Your education, your growth, your wisdom, it's all on you. It is your responsibility. So I'll leave you with the exact same question that every student of life has to ask themselves each and every morning. What will you learn today?